Hi guys, I'm Wendy from Ivan. Welcome to my channel. Now January marks a lot of important events in my life, which include New Year, my first date, and also my dad's birthday. Every year, without failing, my dad will be requesting for one cake in particular, which is butter cake. He really likes the flavor, the fragrance, and also the butter that is in this cake. He can literally eat the cake by itself without any topping or any cream. He doesn't really like cake that is too sweet or with too much cream. That is why I decided to make him a naked butter cake with fresh strawberry in the middle and top it off with a shirt design in order to suit him, because I think he has a shirt that looks like it. But the problem is, he cannot guess what the cake resembles on the first glance. Stay tuned behind in order to see what he guessed the cake looks like. I would like to know how you think about that as well. So without further ado, let's get started.
First of all, place a sifter onto a bowl and then add in flour, baking powder and also salt. And then sift them gently to make sure there are no lumps available. Once it is done, use a whisk to whisk them all until they are well combined. And onto another bowl, separate out 6 large eggs. Separate the egg white from the egg yolks by passing the egg yolk from shell to shell. Practice makes perfect. Just to make sure not to drop any of the eggshell or egg yolk into your egg whites. And into a separate bowl, add in your unsalted butter. Make sure it is softened to room temperature and use a whisk to whisk it until it is creamy. And add in white sugar and whisk until pale in color. And add in egg yolks that you separate out just now together with vanilla extract, and then whisk it all until well combined. After that, add in flour mixture, half of it. Fold it gently using a spatula and add in the milk or buttermilk mixture and fold again until there are no milk being visible anywhere. And finally, add in the rest of the flour mixture and fold it again. Make sure not to overmix the batter. And onto a separate bowl of the egg whites, use the electric whisk. Whisk it all until it is frothy and add in cream of tartar. And whisk again until it is slightly thickened, and add in white sugar gradually as you whisk. Whisk until there are sweet peak, like this. And if you turn the bowl upside down, it will stay at there. And fold the meringue mixture onto the batter. I fold half of it. After that, continue with another half so that it can be incorporated easier, like this. Fold until it is light and fluffy like this. And onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, I'm using 10 by 10 inch pan today. Pour your batter into it and spread it all evenly using a spatula. And also use the back of a spatula to draw lines all around in order to pop out any air bubbles in it. And then smooth it all together again before you pop it into oven. 180 Celsius for 30 minutes and 150 Celsius for the last 15 minutes. Total 45 minutes. Once it is done, test it using a toothpick. If it comes out with a little bit crumbs in between there, it means it is done. See how golden it is. Once it is completely cool, using a serrated knife, slice off the top so that you have a flat surface to work with. And then I have a template that I use to draw out my own t-shirt template. I cut around the edges of the template and remove all the unused portion. Don't throw this away, we need to use this for later. And I also slice off all the caramelized part because I want to have a very yellowish buttery cake color at all the side, since I'm not covering the side of the cake, right? Next, use a serrated knife. I score out where the half of the cake is because it is a relatively big cake to slice evenly, So if you have a line there for you to slice accordingly, then it will be easier for you. And next, using a paper template, I'm making the collar now this time. I just used the leftover cake just now that we reserved. Slice according to the length of the collar and also slice off the side. And then we slice according to where we fold the collars. You understand? Just look at how I did it in the video, will be easier for you, yeah? And I also slice them into thinner sized so that it is much suitable as collar, like this. I also slice off 2 pieces of cake in order to connect together as the pocket. Now we are making our frosting. Into a cup, add in whipping cream and whisk until it is slightly thickened, and then add in icing sugar and vanilla extract. And continue to whisk until you have stiff cake form, like this. Pretty. We need some fresh strawberries to be in the middle, right? I add in a bit of white sugar in order to coat them all together so that it will become a little bit juicier inside the cake. Yum yum. Next, onto the cake board, place first layer of the cake and brush them with simple syrup in order to make sure that the cake are moist. And then dollop on half of the whipped cream frosting and then spread them all evenly using a spatula. And also smooth on the edges evenly because this is a naked cake, so you need to have a very even and nice finish at the edges. Place the fresh strawberries all over the cake. For the side of the strawberries, I'm using normal strawberries without any sugar coating, but the middle ones I use those with sugar coating. And then dollop on a little bit of the whipped cream frosting. This will help to stick on the second layer of the cake. And also repeat the process to brush them with simple syrup. Simple syrup is easy to make, just 1 part sugar and 1 part water, and boil it until it comes to a boil. And then dollop on a thick layer of the remaining whipped cream frosting. And also we need to make sure that you have a very smooth finish on top of the frosting. And repeat the same thing to coat the pockets and also the collar part with frosting all over it on top and also at the side of the entire collar. And after that, I place them into the freezer to let it harden. Now use a knife to score out the checkerboard that we are going to make today. I'm making a checkerboard t-shirt, so I'm scoring using a ruler. 1 inch square is my target, so just slice them accordingly, just a light indent, and then using a melted chocolate I place them into a ziploc or plastic bag and then snip off a little bit of the corner and drizzle them accordingly onto the line that we have scored or we have indented out just now. And then on the third row of every corner, I just drizzle them off with a little bit design on the checkerboard t-shirt. As the top collar is going to stand on top of the cake, so I started using 2 toothpicks and then inserted them gently on top of the cake. and place the remaining of the color accordingly at there. And also the pockets on the right hand side of the t-shirt. Next, I also use some dark chocolate chips to resemble the buttons on the shirts. I place one in the middle of the pockets, and then I dot 4 dots on top of the buttons using the remaining frosting. And then I also pipe on some details of the pockets, outline and also the collar. And it is done. Is it pretty? Look at all those juicy strawberries. Let's see how my dads think, yeah? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Papa. Happy birthday to you. 生日快乐！祝你生日快乐！祝你生日快乐！ Now it's time to slice the cake. The moment of truth. I always get excited when cutting the cakes because I like to see how it looks inside. See all those crumbly, moist buttery cake combined with the light whipped cream frosting, strawberries and also melted chocolate. Irresistible really. It's really moist with the simple syrup. Daddy, how is it? Okay, cookie. Butter cake.
Best.
Happy birthday. My daddy is so funny, right? I'm so happy that he loved this cake so much. I do too. I eat all a lot after that. I hope you enjoyed this cake too, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you later. Bye.